Good day everyone, and welcome to episode 12 in season 2 of Production Line. And down here at the drying facility near our paint, everything seems to be running pretty well. Now, I want you to know that before I started this episode, nobody cares about the COO, thank you very much. Before I started this episode, I ran the game for a while because you will remember in the last episode, just let's go up here a minute, we had probably just over $500,000 in the bank account. We now have $935,000. So basically what I did was I just ran the game. I didn't make any changes or do anything. I just ran the game to let the economics settle down, the costs drop, the profit go up, blah, blah, blah. And now we're back from minus 100 and something $1,000 loss to $109,000 profit. And you can see there's been some changes going on. So that's where we're at. And some R&D has come off, and in particular, we also completed some research and got the off-road vehicle ready, plus a few other bits and pieces. So just having a quick look at our R&D, as you can see, we've got some things done, and we're doing advanced production, which actually is going to take a minute. And then we're going to get the basic retooling. And what I want to do once we've completed basic retooling is get rid of all of these slots that we put, or I put in over here, that we're not using. And one of the reasons I want to do that is because if you go and look at the stats and look at production slots, see how it says no route for resources? And it also has waiting for next vehicle, which is like that there. I actually think that figure is so big because of these guys here. And that's throwing our statistics off quite a lot. So I want to do that. And I'm still not happy with this. I would have to say, still not happy with this. But it is what it is for the time being. But we have actually managed to settle things down a bit. Now, the other thing is, I want to put in the chassis assembly breakdown over here, and I think chassis assembly. No, we haven't got that yet. Just double check that. No, that comes up after that. So I want to do that as well, and then I want to start looking at some issues that we might have over here or in our line in general. Make sure things are going along pretty well. So just for now, let's go and set up our off-road vehicle, which we don't have, and we should go and get him ready to roll. Now, in terms of budgets, now what have we got here? 19,000 for the Mini, compact, sorry, I should say. 24 for the sedan, sorry, the SUV, and 21. Well, off-road is probably less than the sedan. I don't know. What do you think an off-road vehicle is worth? Less than an SUV or more than an SUV? Tricky. So that's the budget. Off-road is 22,663. The SUV is 24. And the sedan is 21. 21, 24, $1,500, $3,000 the difference. So that would, if I halve that, that's 1.5, that's 22.5 thousand. It's not that far off. 22.1, 22.6, yep, okay, seems good to me. So what's in the budget these days? What's in a budget? What's in a budget? Oh, cruise control, really? And in-car music and a solid roof, okay. Cruise control. And in-car music. Cool. And let's schedule you for production. Compact budget. Oh, making 2 of those. Okay. And a small van budget. 1. Right. Okay. This will be the off-road budget. Add new entry, and we'll make 1 of you. Thank you very much. Excellent. More cars to sell. Very good. Back over $1 million. Yep. Okay. There's a lot to be said for just steady as you go production line stuff, isn't there? We could do with some more power facilities. Power plant. Thank you. We're in the 80s now, which is good. And you would see paint. Paint is an issue. Paint is an issue. Mind you, if we start increasing the throughput of things, we are going to end up with some bottlenecks further downstream. But you know what? I think that's okay. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in another dryer. Paint. So in paint we come down and we go dry finish. We're going to put one right there. And then we're going to do this. Actually, we're going to do this because that's what you do. So we're going to run you into there, and then you down there like that. And that should be pretty good. Maybe we've just moved the bottleneck. I don't know. We may have just moved the bottleneck. Certainly looks like we've just moved the bottleneck, doesn't it? Yeah. Yep, we certainly did just move the bottleneck. I'm kind of making this stuff up as I go along. I don't know how efficient this is actually going to be. Yeah, I just moved the bottleneck. Well, we'll see what happens as things work themselves out. Now, we spent money, so we've lost money in this hour. So we need to just settle ourselves down for a minute and wait for things to work themselves out in terms of getting our money back. Now, what are you complaining about? The compact expensive? What's your issue? Power steering's not included. Well, power steering. Power steering. And the sedan expensive. Power steering. No, I haven't done that at all well, have I? Why don't we go back to the old-fashioned way of doing it? Let me think about this for a minute. Okay, I'm going to fiddle this around because I'm just thinking. Actually, you know what? It's actually not going to work, and I need to clear the backlog before I do this. But I have an idea that maybe the game is pretty good at making its own resource direction allocation based on things. So I'm going to try putting in a T-junction and see how we go with that. So I'll move the drying units down, and I'll try and get the T-junction in up here. Car alarm. Oh, wow, okay. Now what are you complaining about? The mid-range. Car alarm. Oh, no, electric windows. Okay. Wow, okay. Okay. Yeah, we're going to end up with a bottleneck here, but that's the best we can do with that, I'm afraid. And we're going to have to clean these out too, so that's going to take a minute just on its own. Okay, so let's go up to 2 while we work this through. We have 29 cars in there. Sedan luxury. Let's have a look at some market analysis and see what's going on. So sedan mid-range. We're selling one an hour. We're producing one an hour, right? Sedan expensive. Yeah. And budget. Budget. We've got more room in budget to get things going a bit better. Okay, we're almost done here. We're over $1 million. Yep, okay. All right, now I'm just going to pause this for a minute because this is going to mess us around just a wee bit. So let's move these first. Actually, and I saw an upgrade in there. So I think possibly I'd want to look at that in a little minute. Let's try saving some space and moving them just in tight there. Very good. Now, okay, here we go. We're going to clean all this out. Okay, actually, you know what? Let's do the whole thing. There you go. All right, so the plan is it comes through here. Actually, it comes through there and does that. Then it does this. So it goes to there, and it goes to there. Then it comes down here, and it splits. Goes straight, splits, goes straight. That's my theory. Now, let's just try this out, see how we go. Turn you on. Turn you on for the paint finish, and then start to test the game. Okay, now there's going to be an interruption because obviously we had it paused. So there will be an interruption. Let's see how we go. Straight. No, it's not very good at working it out. But let's not overthink it just yet. Ah, okay. We may have something here. something. Oh, advanced production. Basic retooling is now the go. Excellent. Okay, but that's expensive, so that's going to take a minute. But look at that. That's working out quite okay, I think. I mean, there is a little bit of a backlog, but I think we'll get through it. We could certainly help our cause by just stopping this for a minute. Keep the budgets going, but stopping the production of the other types of vehicles and just clean it out a bit in the backlog area. Okay, I think that's actually quite successful. So the T-junction, or that particular type of arrangement, might be the way forward for us. I think it could very well be. Okay, now as soon as this backlog is gone, I just want to double check something. No, the current research is the retooling. So we've got a little way to go on the retooling. And production-wise, profits, not so good. So I think we'll wait just till we get that up. So let's go up to 2. Keep this humming along nicely. Power production is in the 80s. This is going pretty well. Except we've got this here. I don't like that. But we don't have a backlog there, so I'm not going to fix what doesn't need fixing. So going along pretty well, and much better now that we've got the 3 dry finishes going on. Yep, much better. In fact, so much better. In fact, I'd like to fix this a bit, and have it do the same thing up here, which is doable. We just need to squish this down a bit more, I think. Which is also doable. So in actual fact, let's quickly do that now. We'll just move this down. Actually, we need to pause this again. Right there. And just kick. Oh, that's not going to work, is it? Nope. Oh, trap for young players right there. Okay, now we can kick it off again. Yeah, this setup is working much better. Much better. Like it a lot, actually. And we're going to do the same thing down here, I think, when we put in the super... What is it? I can't remember now. The other paint facility. The polish paint work. Yep. Okay, we might as well start getting this ready. Okay, because as soon as they're done, we're moving you. So we're going to start with moving you to... do we want just one? I think possibly let's do that. There we go. Looking fairly good. And what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you working? How do you tell? How do you tell? Well, we move the resource conveyor to there. That's one thing we do. Pause, remove production. Pause, resume. Time? How long does it take in there? Oh, 4 minutes. Okay. Oops, a daisy. Better, huh? Yep. I wonder if that's stuck. Surely it would have been finished by now. Okay, let's go up to 2 for a minute. $50, $51, $52, $53, $54. Yeah, no, it's stuck. Why is it stuck? Well, it may not matter why it's stuck. It may own. Interesting. How interesting is that? Why can't it go there? Interesting. Fascinating, that is. Okay, let's move all this other stuff first. Okay, you know what? You should probably go away. Quite bizarre, that. Quite bizarre. How bizarre? How bizarre. Right. We're going to make some changes. Okay, then we're going to put in some resource and conveying. Haven't I left something out? I have. Thank you. You. As it turns out. Then we need some conveyor belts, which will do this. And that. Ah, but not that. We don't want that, as it turns out. What we want is that. Thank you. I think we can now turn everything back on. And do this. Now, of course, there will be backlog. while things are happening. But I don't think it's going to be that big a backlog. Paint suppliers are coming in. It is all happening. Very good. Seems to be working. We are going to get a backlog here though. But that's unavoidable, I think. Yeah, that looks much better. Yep, much better. Okay, all right. Okay, so we have 21 cars in the showroom. Okay, fine. And then down here, we're going to do something with budget. So I think what we'll do is we will start back up our other type production facility, and we will stop. No, we're not ready yet, are we? We haven't completed. Oh, look at that. That cost us a lot of money. Let's just have a look at R&D for a minute. Aha, no, we still haven't done the retooling, and then we get into chassis specialization. But while we're getting ready for that, I think it's time we had a look at doing some other things. Now, we could go along. We could go along this path here, but what about our cars? What about some features that might help us sell more cars? Heated wing mirrors is 1,000. Sat nav looks pretty good, 2,000. Now, all this I'm thinking kind of belongs in the performance car area. So I think in terms of what we might add to make our cars more appealing is we could get some easy to install stuff. Like, for example, where was it? Heated wing mirrors. And we have everything we need to do that. So let's add that to the queue. And then let's go back to processes, and I think we'll go and try and reduce our we could do axles. I think we should probably do that because that's an inexpensive add for us. And then maybe go back and do a technology. I think in terms of convenience features, we're down here. So automatic headlights is 2,400. What can we do that's close to 2,400, somewhere in that range? Well, the cheaper option, of course, is the... No, it's not a cheaper option. Adaptive cruise control we can do. And tire pressure sensors. Yeah, no, I think we're in that range. So let's go with automatic headlights. And then we can go back and do a process after that. How are we doing? 1.2 million. That is good. Let's go up to 2. How are we doing bottleneck wise? Bit of a backlog here, but we did have a backlog when we started this. Everything else seems fine. This is a bit of a hold up, but not too bad. Now, in terms of what we're doing 9 vehicles an hour. That's all right. And the market analysis is looking like expensive sedans and luxury is saturated. Okay, well, that's fine. Now, how are we doing in terms of our R&D again? We're just over halfway, but that's the one we want. We want the chassis specialization. So let's keep this going along. Actually, you know what? While we're hanging around, oh, we are doing that. I thought we turned you off. Oh, no, we haven't turned you off at all. Because we are still doing it. Bit of a backlog here. Bit of a backlog. Don't know why it favoured the right side, but it just does seem to, doesn't it? I wonder if it remembers which one it did last. Don't know. What's going on over here? Okay, looks like we've got some issues in respect of the mid-range power steering. Power steering is becoming more common. Okay. Power steering. Where are you, power steering? There you go. In sedan mid-range. Now, while we're in here, I think we could do an SUV expensive. I think we could. Actually, we could do an SUV yeah, X. Now, the SUV X, what are the features that we're going to put in there? Well, we need to have a look at the sedan X. And what have we got? Aircon, automatic windshield wipers, auto steer. Air conditioning, auto windscreen wipers, auto steer. Car alarm, central locking, and electric windows. Car alarm, central locking, electric windows. It's already done. What? How? Heater, in-car music and power steering. Heater, oh no, heater, in-car music and power steering. Heater, in-car music, power steering, and sunroof. Now, the SUV expensive compared to the sedan expensive, 99.5. Which is 192. So it's Wow, that's a huge difference. 99.5. Well, 99.5. 99.5. 99.5. Okay. And that is the SUV expensive. And we're going to add you into here. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It is blocking up. We may have to do something in there as well. Still holding at 20 cars in the showroom though. Leather interior is now more common. 1.2 million. Right, how are we doing R&D wise? Almost. And then we've got the chassis specialization. That's very good. Let's get this rolling along, get it up to speed. And then we're going to get more budget vehicles produced, which is going to be interesting because it looks like the market can absorb more budget vehicles. What's that? The sedan budget. Oh, it's saturated. Okay. That's the thing. It wasn't saturated a moment ago. Oh, well. Interesting, isn't it? Yeah, we're getting a backlog. Yeah, paint is definitely backlog territory, isn't it? We're going to have to rejig paint for sure. Message from Chief Operating Officer. Upgrades. What can we do in upgrade? Aha! We get the retooling. That's good. Now, just let's slow this down for a second because max power drying speeds up by 10%. Okay, where is power drying on this? Chassis specialization, paint. Paint specialization, high press and nozzles. Unlocks upgraded slot, paint finish, paint undercoat. Paint finish and paint undercoat. Paint finish and paint undercoat. Hang on. Paint finish and paint under. Okay, I think that's the one we want. So we do this, and we're going to add you to the queue. And that should give us our speed up on those lines without having to add extra ones. Mind you, I suspect we're going to have to add the extra ones anyway, because that's the way it is. Now, okay, let's go, because we are going to get rid of all of these now. 1, 2, 2. Actually, let's see how much money we get back. 1.194. 1.194. Not much, is it? No, not a whole lot. Okay. How are we looking in terms of money? Not bad, actually. Oh, look at that. How were we down $6,000? All right. Well, that's rude. Tell you what we are going to do, though. Let's just pause you for a second. Oop. Chassis specialization. Well done. Okay, let's pause you for a second. I'm going to put each one of these, holy dooly, is 12 minutes. Okay. So how long is polished paintwork? 3 minutes. Oh. My gosh. So every 12 minutes we'll get 3. Right? Every 12 minutes we'll get 3. So that's 4 minutes each. So 1 is plenty. 1 is plenty. So we're going to take a blueprint for polished paintwork and put it right there. Then what we're going to do is oops. I just did that wrong, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Yep, I just did that wrong. Let's see if I can't work this out and not make a complete hash of it. We're going to do that. We're going to get rid of this. Actually, we want to move you up 1, I think. So let's start by relocating you to yeah, I think that's the way forward with this. And we will just put these guys on hold for a moment. You like how this is all working out? Brilliant. Brilliant, I tell you. But I lied. Yeah, okay, hold on. Now, we just need to complete this one like so. And like so. That's how that one works, right? Okay, so start up again. Okay, so far so good. Okay, we move this one. And we still may have to put a third one in there yet. But that's okay. We will come back to that if we need to. Okay, we are done. Let's turn these guys back on. Or rather unpause them, which is a thing. Okay, good. Lights are flashing, lights are not flashing. Pause, resume. I don't think it's working particularly well. And I'm not sure I know why it does that. How's that? Waiting for resources. Well, at least it could be working. Okay, let's just keep an eye on it for a minute. Yep, now it's working. I'm not sure why it does that actually, but it does. Okay, so 1.6. I think we're doing pretty well, except we have a huge backlog, which we're going to have to clean out. And we are ready to actually do the next thing. So I tell you what, let's just pause the whole show and wait till this guy finishes. Did you complete? Did you complete one? No, you didn't. Just complete that so that he moves out. We get that chassis out of there. Good. Okay, now, good news, everyone. You get to be deleted. That may not be good news if that's your livelihood we're talking about. Okay. So, let's see what we've got going on here. We can buy fit axles, then we buy fit undercarriage. Now let's just double check this. Make axles fit front, no. Then we've got fit the undercarriage, which is there, correct? Correct. And then we go fit the fuel tank, which we're going to put. Actually, let's make sure we've got plenty of space and just put it there. Make fuel tank, make. Fit drive shaft up, okay. Okay, so having done that, we need a conveyor, like so. Cool. And that way, the production of, at this stage, our basic vehicles is going to be very good. And of course, we can change the schedule. Oh yeah, we are so going to change that schedule. The sedan budget, the compact budget, the off-road budget, the sedan budget we have, the small van budget. Okay, so according to my theory, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 budget vehicles. Let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, we got 4. Okay, so what we have now is an increased capacity for producing budget vehicles. Huzzah, you would have to say. And a huge backlog. Okay, hold your horses. We just need to clean out this backlog. Why do we have a backlog? Why? Okay, why has this stopped working? Waiting for next slot. Have I missed something? Oh, look at that. That's, yes, there's a problem. No, that's the problem. It's a conveyor belt issue. Which is not fixing itself. Hold on. Ah, that's it. Better. Well, has it fixed itself? Those conveyor belts are really tricky. And of course that cost me a lot of money too. Yeah. See, now we need to wait. So we'll go up to 2. We'll get this backlog cleared up. And what are we doing? 5 an hour. Not so good. We're still at 20. Let's do a market analysis here for a minute. Oh, what's the red mean? What does red mean? I don't know what red means. Can you... Compact mid-range. What does red mean? That's the sedan luxury. And that's the sedan mid-range. But what does red mean? Fit wheels. Upgrade all slots. Yes, okay. We really need to clean this up. Because the statistics that this is going to produce is very unbalanced. I'm going to wait till we get down to basically this one. Well, actually, no, let's just get rid of the backlog. Because I feel that that's going to cause us more issues. Ah, the pickup truck. Excellent. We can now do pickup trucks. So let's go and have a look. What do we want to do next? 5-point wheels. White leather seats. Front style mesh. Yes, why not? And then after we get the front style mesh, front vent style, none. Sure, why not? And then, what would we like to do after that? Well, there's not much to do actually. That's straightforward, so let's do that. This setup is working pretty well actually. I'm quite pleased with that. But again, you know, with the bottlenecks, yes, I feel the bottlenecks too actually. Okay, I think we're kind of there. Once this gets down to just one in there, we'll start these dudes up. You would have to say that the whole production line thing is looking pretty good at the moment. But 1.4, making a profit, so that's good as well. All right, we're just, okay, there we go. We're off. We may now commence and get our production line productioning again. There you go. So we'll start you up as well. That's looking pretty good. Oh, okay, upgrade fit wing mirrors. and upgrade make wing mirrors. You know what? No, let's not do that one. Okay. Okay, production is back on track again. There'll be a bit of a lag between this lot and the new lot coming through, but that is okay. Let's just go and check defects. Okay, what have we got? The expensive, the luxury, no budgets. Okay, that's looking a bit better. Now, what have we got that we could produce? Oh, a pickup. We can do a pickup. So obviously, we need a pickup budget. Which now a sedan budget is 21,000, so pickup budget should be 21,000 as well. And you don't have in-car music. So what else do you have in the budget range? Just in-car music and a solid roof. What about a heater? What would happen if we put a heater in there? 600. What's the cheapest one? 2,100 anti-lock brakes. 191. 191. 191 seems to be... Actually, you know what? Let's not even worry about it. But in the luxury items, we could add anti-lock brakes. And I think we should. So sorry, what was it I just made? A pickup budget. Did I? And we need to put a pickup budget in here. Pickup budget. Okay, we've added another budget vehicle. So there's plenty of range now in our stores, and we're making 107% of the power. Why? That doesn't seem right by anybody's stretch of the imagination. What suddenly stopped making or using power? Because we were at 80% before. Oh, seriously? All those slots that we had over here that we weren't using were using up power. Oh, wow. We didn't do ourselves any... I didn't do myself any favours there, did I? Grumpy the Klutz. Yes, there it is, everybody. Grumpy the Klutz. So it's as important to watch my gameplay to see what to do as it is to see what not to do, because I do a lot of you shouldn't do this, because it doesn't work very well if you do this. But, ladies and gentlemen, we are up to 1 hour worth of video. So I think it's time to call it for today, having made some fairly good progress, I would have to say. And again, you know, you start on the game and you just get absorbed with what you're doing. And I don't even look at the clock, and you know, you just look at the clock and there it is. 59 minutes and 37 seconds later. So thank you all very much for joining me today. I do hope you have enjoyed the episode, and I'll look forward to seeing you again at the Gig channel. So until then, please stay well, everyone, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye.